Okay. How's it going, YouTube? My name is Matt, and welcome back to the Might Sound Wild YouTube channel. Today we have something a little bit different and something I wanted to try out with you guys. And you could say maybe it's, a grab for keywords on YouTube, and you'd probably be right. But I think it would be helpful with the rise of TikTok and other things to react a little bit to those TikTok photography tips. And so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to watch some videos. I'm going to tell you why the tips work, or kind of give you the reason behind why that person's asking you to do that, or how it's going to help you. But what it's not going to be, or hopefully what it's not going to be, is it's not going to be a way to put anybody down or say that they're wrong. As we know, on TikTok, you only get 15 seconds or 60 seconds to say everything you want to say, provide all the help that you can, and it really just isn't a lot of time. So what I wanted to do is kind of help these photographers out, these creatives out, and kind of expand on those things. All right, so the first one I found is from a photographer named Tim DeSaint, and it's a video on poses. So let's watch it together.
Down south, hood baby, beg on girls go crazy,
Go stupid, but you smart like an A+ student. Right now, looking for your love right now.
Okay, so posing guys is really, really hard. It's difficult. Most guys kind of are like Will Ferrell in Talladega Nights.
I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Be good just to hold them down by your side. Yeah, great.
He's really telling us 4 things that you can ask the guys in your pictures to do that aren't going to make them feel awkward and could step up their level of cool. I mean, that's what we're there to do, is we're there to help them feel good about the photos that they receive and feel good about the way they look in their photos. And so, like, first one, hand in the pocket, something I ask guys to do all the time. Fake walk. I've never asked anybody to do the fake walk, but I've had them walk. But I kind of like this, like, step back and forth kind of thing, because it really can create some special moments and catch some moments that are kind of those off guard, candid moments with the people you're photographing. And from what he's showing, he's done really well with that technique. The third one he's asking us, or showing us, that we could try is touching your glasses. And for guys without glasses, I always try to find something that you can have your subject do, something that they would naturally do, like buttoning their shirt or anything like that. Just something to get their mind off of the camera that's right in front of them. And then the last thing is a similar tip, touch your wrist watch. But those are some really cool tips. Really good job. And something I think we could all think about and learn from on our shoots. The second one is from that damn Danny. Let's watch it. Okay. I asked I asked Brianna, the person that is running Shore Shooters Mountain Escape Instagram, to send me some stuff. And I don't know if this is one that she sent me or something that I randomly pulled out, but it's just pretty I don't know what to say about this one. This one's pretty comical, because all of us have forgotten that the flash was turned around when we were trying to test it at wedding, or a lot of us have probably done very similar things to just cause problems for ourselves with our gear. Sometimes it gets a little too complicated, if you ask me, the things that we take around, and anyway, that's another video. Sorry. Let's go to the next one. Through the Lens. I bet you that's a play on Lindsay, or maybe her name's Lindsay or something. But she's got 3 things every photographer should know.
3 things every photographer should know. The quality of your memory cards can actually affect the quality of your photos. You should be shooting with a grade 10 memory card.
Okay, let's talk about what she just said. The quality of your memory cards will affect the quality of your photos. Yes and no. The quality of your photos, it'll affect the quality that you can shoot onto the memory card and how fast those cards read and write. The reason grade 10 is the best is because it actually is the fastest read and write speed. And then if you look at the example she shows, there's that 170 megabytes per second. That is actually the memory card's read speed. So for like SanDisk or any of those other memory card manufacturers, if you look at those numbers, your read and write speed, depending on how large a megapixel camera you have, the larger read and write speed you'll need so that your camera doesn't buffer. I'm sure many of us have been on shoots where we're blasting away, taking photos, having a good time, grabbing those candids. Something happens in front of us, and we get that blinking light on the back of our camera, and we just don't know why we can't take pictures. It's because you probably didn't have a fast enough card in your camera.
If you really want to improve your photography game, you've got to learn how to control ISO, aperture, and shutter speed. Okay,
if you didn't watch our last video on what shutter speed is and how you can actually get out of auto, she hit the nail on the head. You've got to know ISO, shutter speed, and aperture if you want to learn how to control your camera well.
And shutter speed. Oh, and if you shoot RAW instead of JPEG, you can do so much more in editing and post-production.
Yeah, the last tip, absolutely. At Shore Shooters Mountain Escape, in my personal life, my personal work, I've always shot RAW. I don't want the camera to have that much control over what my images turn out to be. Let me give you an example. And it's not exactly well, I've done this too, but I don't remember the whole story, but I remember specifically having someone shoot engagement photos of my wife and I, and we were going for like this retro vibe and feel and look, and they actually ended up shooting the whole session on JPEGs and ended up like it just being not as great a quality as we wanted and as they wanted. Because when you start editing JPEG photos, think of it kind of like giving someone a cake and asking them to bake that cake. It's already done for you. There's not a lot of, you can't deconstruct the cake and remake it. But with RAW photos, you're giving them the ingredients, the eggs, the flour, the sugar, the milk, all the things that it takes to bake that cake, the butter. You're giving the computer, you're giving yourself in post-production the ability to take all those ingredients and kind of do what you want. You could decide not to bake a cake. You could make biscuits or whatever. But those were some really, really, really good tips. It looks like there's one more.
If you want the best resolution for Instagram, you need to export your photos with these settings.
Oh, that's a big deal too. Exporting settings. A lot of times as photographers, we don't pay attention to what settings we're telling Lightroom or Capture One or whatever you use when we're exporting videos or exporting photos rather. So if your website is slow or it takes a while to load pictures, or the way you get the cleanest and sharpest images on those websites is not allowing those programs to downres or compress those images, but uploading them at whatever native resolution that particular avenue or that particular site or whatever is needing from you. So if you just do a quick Google search, best Instagram resolution, best TikTok resolution, whatever platform you're going on to post a photo or video or whatever, just Google what's the best resolution for that, or use the words native resolution, you'll be able to post the best photo or video that you can. Okay, so here's another one. It's how to take pictures with palm trees from, I'm not even going to try it.
How to take pictures with palm trees? Please not like this. Let me show you a way. Just find a leaning palm tree and climb on it, but please be careful. And here's the result. Like and follow for more photography tips.
Yeah, there's different points in the shoot where things could be cutting off your subject's head or going through the back of their head, or not literally but visually, and a lot of those merger issues become distractions, and distractions detract from the actual point of your image. And so it was cool that this person decided that, like, instead of standing in front of the palm tree, letting the back tree kind of go through the middle of her stomach, but climb out on it, get a little bit different perspective, allow your subject to get in a little bit different of a position, makes a much stronger image. All right. The next one is Who's Harrison? Okay, editing Matt here. I think I got really excited about this guy, Harrison, talking about the different distortion effects and compression effects that different focal lengths use. And I ended up talking about a lot of things in a weird way that don't make a lot of sense. And so that's why you get voiceover Matt. And it is really cool. It's cool to see how the 16 millimeter lens will elongate this gentleman's face, and the 200 millimeter lens will kind of bring everything towards the same plane, thus being compressed. But like I said, I went on to try to say what I just said in this little voiceover, and ended up stumbling a lot over words and trying to make sense of thoughts that didn't really come across well. So thanks for listening. All right, here's common mistakes.
Common posing mistakes fixed. Best Friends edition. I have my daughter with me today.
I'll have to tell you,
side by side, instead of sticking the hip out, shift your weight to your back hip, temples together, so much cuter.
A lot of these things when I'm shooting, I'm really just looking for what looks awkward and how can I try to fix it. But that first thing that they did, instead of having their hips kind of parallel with their head or in alignment with their head, they kind of shift their hips back. And it's really cool how you can see that it creates a more welcoming and inviting photo of them two. And then this next tip being, instead of doing that sorority squat thing that we always do, why not have each one of the people in your shot pose in a different way and interact with each other in a different way. I really love it. Elongating legs, and instead of like a side by side. Now this one, right, that's really a good point. It's good for friends, or good for mother son, mother daughter, but also looking at the way that one looked, it's a very intimate. They're holding hands, their shoulders are very close together. You wouldn't ask like two brothers to do that that are in their 30s, or you wouldn't ask. It's just situational, those things. But all of these tips are super, super good, and I honestly wish I thought about that more. So let's get to our last one. This is from New York Faces. I actually found this today, but I really loved this. And it's not necessarily a tip, but I want to talk about what happens in this. But let's watch it.
Oh my God, look at this beautiful couple.
Thank you for the happiest year of my life. Oh, thank you for the happiest year of my life.
Hey guys, I just took a picture, just wanted to give you a gift right here. You guys look so amazing. I had to capture the moment for you as a memory. Keep it as a gift, all right? Yeah, do you mind if I take more pictures for you?
Wake me up when you were
I love that so much. I think the photographer said something that was really important that I think sometimes we forget is when he took the picture, he printed it out in it, in a printer that was in his bag or whatever, and he walked up to him and said, "Hey, I took this picture of you guys. Here's a gift." And how often do we forget that the job that we get to do, the job that we're paid for, is a gift to that family or that person? I can't tell you how many times that I've photographed a family or been able to share my gift with photography with someone, and one of the people in the photos pass away, or the family had never had professional photos taken of them, or a mom who had dreamed to have photos exactly like what you just gave them. Each and every time we step out on the beach or in the mountains or in the woods or field or a studio or whatever setting you end up in, each and every time we take a photo of somebody, you are offering your services as a gift. You're showing them the reality of their happiness or the reality of that moment in front of them. And I hope that we don't take it lightly. Sorry that got really serious at the end, but I thought that was really important for all of us to remember that photography is a gift, and we're really, really lucky to do what we do. But I hope that video was fun. I'd love to react to more TikTok videos or more things. I just think it was a cool way to bring more perspectives onto the channel and allow you guys to see some different things. And I'd love to talk about some of those things in future videos. But if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button, or if you disliked it, hit the dislike button. Either way, it helps us in engagement and helps these videos get out to more people. And as always, thanks for watching. We want you to be able to accomplish those wild dreams of doing creative work or becoming a photographer, whatever it is, you can do it, and we'd love to help. Thanks again.